Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to Kila Chari Torah's daily review of Maimonides' 613 Mitzvot, the Sefer HaMitzvahs, for Wednesday, December 22nd. We're forbidden to punish a person for a sin committed under duress. Yesterday, we mentioned a verse in the Torah that if an engaged woman is sexually assaulted, we have to do, if possible, if it's within our hand to do, we have to stop the offender, stop the would-be molester from assaulting her in any which way possible. That's how we learn the mitzvah of stopping or incapacitating or even depriving of life a would-be murderer. The verse that we cited is if the engaged girl cries out and there was none to save her. The continuation of those verses in the Torah in chapter 22 of Deuteronomy say unto the pursuer should be put to death. Unto the girl thou shalt do nothing. Of course, it was she was forbidden from having relations with anyone else other than her husband, whom she was about to marry. Nevertheless, since this was committed under duress, we should not think that she is culpable, liable for any punishment. A person who commits any kind of transgression or is involved in anything like that under duress, we say Anus Rahman Patre, that God forgives such an event committed under duress, where a person could not control what they were doing, and as God forgives, so we should also forgive. Next prohibition: we are forbidden to accept a ransom from a person who has committed willful murder. If someone is convicted of murder, and we went through the process as we discussed the other day, with judges, with witnesses, testimony, and so on, and the person is to be executed, that person cannot buy their way out of the punishment, all the treasure in the world. And even if the next of kin are willing to absolve that person, the court is nevertheless forbidden to accept the ransom, because, interestingly enough, the soul of the murdered person, this is Maimonides' explanation in the laws of pursuit and protection of souls. The soul of the murdered person belongs not to the next of kin. It's not something they can forgive, but to a Kadosh Baruch Hu. It's God's justice, and we have to dispense God's justice as the Torah explains to us. Following mitzvah, somewhat related to that, we are forbidden to accept ransom from one who has committed unwitting murder. So someone who's an accidental murderer does not receive the death penalty. Rather, they are exiled to a city of refuge where they're protected from vengeful killing by the family of the victim, of course, until the Kohen Gadol passes away. The person may not buy his or her way out of that. Also, we're not allowed to accept ransom from a person who has committed unintentional murder, because then people would be in constant warfare. Says the Sefer HaChinuch, a different work, not by Maimonides, and society would be destroyed. We have to have a system of justice that imposes just penalties on murders, whether committed unintentionally or intentionally, as these last two mitzvot tell us. All right, have a good day. Please join us again tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by.